As a kid, I remember one of the scariest schoolyard taunts that anyone could throw around was, when you least expect it, expect it. It was scary then and it's scary now because there's always a certain amount of apprehension when we face uncertainty and the unknown. These days, retirement typically lasts 25 to 30 years, and given that, it's probably a good idea to expect and plan for the unexpected. An outlier optimization test is the second of two tests that can tell you how retirement ready you really are. So over the next 3 minutes, I want to explain what stress testing your portfolio for the unexpected means and doesn't mean, and explain how having the results of this stress test can help you confidently plan for the multitude of things you can't even see coming. Sounds weird, I know, but I think by the end it will be clear what I mean by that. So let's jump in. Start by asking yourself, how would you or your spouse unexpectedly becoming a widow or widower change things in your retirement? How would a completely flooded basement affect your finances and subsequent retirement? Would a healthcare emergency, a heart attack for instance, change your retirement plans? Of course these kinds of things will affect your retirement. The purpose of stress testing your portfolio isn't to find out whether these things will affect you. The purpose of an outlier optimization test is to make sure you have a well-defined plan B if or when these things happen. Let's talk about what an outlier optimization test is. It's not a single report like the sequence of return analysis we looked at earlier. Think of it more as a checklist that walks you through various scenarios to see how well prepared you are. I think a few examples will help you see what I mean. Have you applied for the program that replaces half of your Social Security when your spouse passes away? Remember, you get 2 Social Security checks in retirement, his and hers. But if one of you passes away, you only get to keep one of those checks. Now granted, it's the larger of the two, but losing that other check could be a serious financial setback. Do you have a completed and updated property and casualty insurance checklist? It's a checklist that you take to your P&C agent. Your P&C agent fills it out and then sits down with you to review it. Now imagine that a hailstorm damages your roof and you need your roof replaced. You think back to your homeowner's insurance and you're sure that you're covered with replacement value. But replacement value to you means the cost of replacing the roof. Replacement value to the insurance company may mean the cost of replacing the roof minus any depreciation. Would you want to know that before or after the hailstorm? Stress testing your P&C insurance by having your agent fill out the checklist and go through it with you lets you know exactly what you have and don't have so that you can make informed choices as you move forward into retirement. Do you know how to get 2 years' worth of long-term care insurance without paying expensive premiums? Unexpected medical bills are the single biggest reason that a well-planned retirement goes off the rails. Do you have a plan B for something like that? Speaking of medical and hospital, do you have a medical power of attorney? And is it electronically filed? Do you have a completed quality of life directive? You can see that an outlier optimization test isn't a single report. It's a series of items with checklists to help you prepare for the unexpected things that people that have gone before us have told us to expect and plan for. An outlier optimization test is one of the 2 most important tests to put your retirement through in order to be fully retirement ready. But it's often the test that's most often overlooked. Maybe because not having an outlier optimization plan may not adversely affect you, but the lack of that kind of planning will almost certainly affect your spouse or anyone else you might leave behind. Like we've talked, we aren't the first to ever travel this road to retirement, and we can learn from those that came before us. And primarily, we've learned that you need to stress test your retirement savings for sequence of return risk, as well as the unexpected that will inevitably happen now that our retirement lasts 25 to 30 years. It's just a matter of being prepared and having a plan. With that, I wish you all the best that retirement has to offer. Stay safe.